gonna move that. Okay, so for those of you that have not seen this movie or fell asleep during it, the simplest way, all you really need to know is there's Mia and there's Sebastian. Mia wants to be an actress. Sebastian loves jazz. He wants to open a jazz club. Eventually, they get together. They date for a while, but things don't work out. And then it skips ahead 5 years. Mia is now like an established, famous actress, and she has a husband and daughter. And Sebastian owns his own jazz club. And in the final scene, Mia ends up, surprised, like without realizing it, she ends up at Sebastian's jazz club and has this whole scene where she imagines what life would have been like if she had stayed together with Sebastian. And then after the song is done, her current husband, David, asks Mia if she wants to stay for another song. And she says no, and then they leave, and that's like the end of the movie. So this story is imagining what if she hadn't said no, and she did stay, and who knows what's going to happen. So you ready, Grandpa?
I am.
He's peeking.
No, Dad, husband.
Yeah, but it hasn't started.
Well, yes.
Okay, will you stand up? Okay, David, let's do this. Okay.
You want to stay for another?
It's the wrong question. It doesn't matter if I want to stay. Should I stay? Can I take that risk?
Mia?
Yes, let's stay. Sebastian looks even better than when I last saw him 5 years ago. It's clear that the success of his club has changed him. He seems more relaxed, more confident, more himself. His whole band is on stage now, but I can't take my eyes off of him. Watching his fingers glide along the keys brings back so many memories that I thought I'd buried long ago. The song ends and he glances over at the audience. I try to look away, but it's too late. He's already seen me. It was only for a second, but it was still too long. I could handle the shock, but the hurt in his eyes is too much for me. I feel the need to apologize to him, though I don't know for what.
Are you ready to leave yet?
I glance over at my husband. I'd forgotten he was here. I don't think he ever really liked jazz, so this must be pretty boring for him. But I can't leave. Not now that he's seen me. Can we stay a little longer, please?
Sure, honey. Just let me know when you're ready to leave.
Will I ever be ready to leave? How can I explain this to him? I've gone this long without mentioning Sebastian, and I don't expect that to change. David just wouldn't understand. He's never felt heartbreak like I have. I listened to song after song, trying to feel the emotion in every note and get inside Sebastian's mind. That song was especially sad. Was it targeted at me? Is he upset? But this next song feels much more upbeat and hopeful. Maybe I'm reading too far into this, but then he looks at me again, and I know he must be right. I have to talk to him.
Mia, could we leave now? That was the last song.
Oh, yeah. Go get the car ready. I'll be right out.
All right, I'll let the babysitter know we'll be late. Please don't be long.
So now you give yours to Levi, and I will continue. And you can sit. With that, David walks out of the building. I can tell he's annoyed that I kept us here so long, but he hides it well. But I can't worry about that now. This is my only chance to talk to Sebastian. As I stand up, I notice that he's already walking toward me. His smile surprises me. Maybe it's been too long and I've forgotten how to read him, but it seems so genuine. There's no trace of the pain I saw in his eyes earlier.
Mia, it's so great to see you.
It's great to see you too, Sebastian. He pauses. He can tell I'm more hesitant than he is.
We should catch up. Come with me.
He walks off without even checking if I'm following him. I weigh my options. I don't want to leave David waiting, but I can't help wondering where this could go. Not that I want it to go anywhere. I'm happy with David, but I hurry after Sebastian. Where even are we? Oh, he leads me to a door at the end of a long hallway. On the door is a gold plaque that says Seb's office. He pulls out a key and unlocks the door. I follow him inside the room and look around as he shuts the door behind us. His office is beautiful. He has a piano keyboard against each wall, framed awards with from his time with the Messengers, and a large desk in the center of the room. He takes a seat in a comfy-looking chair across from his desk and motions for me to sit in the other one. I sit down, and we face each other quietly for a moment. I can tell we both have so much to say, but neither of us know where to start. Finally, Sebastian breaks the silence.
I saw you in that movie that came out last December. What was it called?
Eleanor. I want to say so much more. I want to tell him how my character in the movie had been inspired by our relationship, how much it made me miss him, but the words escape me. It seems like you've been doing well, I finally managed to say. The music tonight sounded great.
The club's gotten really popular recently. It's been a huge help to the rest of the band as well. But I'm mostly just glad that I can afford to quit playing with the Messengers now. You have no idea how nice it is to finally be able to play real jazz again.
Yeah, that sounds nice. I like what you named the place. Seems like you owe a lot of your success to whoever came up with that. He laughs. It's been so long since I've heard that sound. He doesn't laugh very often, but I'd forgotten how much it could affect me when he does.
I guess I do.
We sat in silence again. I couldn't think of anything else to say. We'd already talked about my movie and his club, and for some reason I couldn't bring myself to mention David. Well, I guess I should leave. I don't want anyone to get worried. He stands up as well. I didn't notice how close our chairs were until now.
Thanks for coming in tonight. It was nice catching up.
I nod and take a step toward the door, except I didn't move toward the door. I moved closer to him, and I can't bring myself away. He takes a step closer. I look deep into his eyes, directly in front of mine. The pain I saw before is dissipated, and in its place I see hope. Hope for us, a promise of a future. And I realize that I want that future. I can feel it. I can taste it. It's such a familiar taste that I didn't know I missed until now. Mwah, 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 mwah. But I need to stop. This is wrong. What would David do if he saw me here, kissing Sebastian? I need to pull away, and yet I still can't. I don't care what David thinks. Sebastian's lips envelop my thoughts and ensnare my heart. I don't think I'll ever stop. I want to stay with him forever, but should I stay forever? There's only one way to find out. I pull away. Sebastian looks at me with confusion. I wrap my arms tighter around him and look into his eyes. I'm always going to love you, I say. I had told him the same thing 5 years ago, but I have to know if things have changed. Everything depends on what he says back to me. He pauses for a moment. I see the recollection of our last interaction flash through his mind. Finally, he smiles. Not the same smile as when he greeted me earlier, but a gentler, more content smile.
I've always gonna love you too.
Woohoo! I have my answer. My hopes have become real. I tell Sebastian I'll call him later, and then run out of the room. I run all the way to my car. I'm filled with a newfound excitement like I've never felt before, partially fueled by guilt, but a guilt that's overpowered by the joy I feel at the thought of a better future with Sebastian. I open my door and get into the car.
What took so long? What are you so happy about?
David asks me as a grin spreads across his face. I start to sweat. Now that I'm looking him in the eyes, the guilt starts to feel a lot more real. Can I lie to him? I had to use the restroom. I'm happy because I saw a poster for Eleanor on the way out. Apparently I can. Part 2. You can sit now. You're not back till the end.
Oh,
Oh wait, never mind. Sorry, you're in this scene. This is after. Okay. Anyways, yeah, come on back. Welcome back. Woo, Grandpa. All right.
This is quite important.
Yeah, this is kind of like what sets off the rest of the story, so you probably should be here. It's been a few days since I saw Sebastian. I still haven't called him yet. The guilt is getting worse, and I don't know what to do. It feels wrong to keep this secret from David, but I'm scared of hurting him. But I know I'm meant to be with Sebastian, so wouldn't it be hurting David more to stay with him when I'm unhappy? I continue to consider this as I get out of bed. I walk over to my closet and pick my outfit. It's the dress that I wore the day I left Greg to go to the movies with Sebastian. Ever since I went to Seb's, I've started wearing all the clothes that I wore back then. They were stuffed in a box in the back of my closet, but I never really forgot where they were. It feels comforting and gives me hope that I can really do this. I head into the kitchen to make breakfast, but as I approach, I hear the sound of bacon sizzling, which is fitting. David has beat me to it. What are you doing up so early? Breakfast is usually my job.
I wanted to surprise you. You seem pretty down lately, and I hope this would make you feel better. Well, I guess it's not a surprise anymore, but I can see the... Oh.
He laughs, but I can see the concern in his eyes. I must be right then. It is hurting David more by trying to hide my unhappiness. It's time for me to tell him, but I don't know if I have the courage to do it. Maybe breakfast will help. I sit down and eat the breakfast he serves me. He's not the best chef, but he tries. It's definitely edible at least, but it doesn't make me any braver. The eggs only add to the scramble of feelings in my stomach.
I'm heading to the store to pick up a few things for the house. Do you need anything?
I shake my head. I'm unable to speak, and I'm starting to sweat.
Is there maybe some medicine I can pick up for you? You don't look too great.
I shake my head again, and he opens the front door.
Whoops.
Wait! I manage to shout as he steps outside. He pauses, and then turns to face me.
What is it?
I need to talk to you about something. Now, it's important.
Okay, what's going on?
He walks back inside and shuts the door. I glance around and notice my daughter playing with dolls on the living room carpet. I don't want her to hear this. Amy, could you go play in your room for a little bit? I need to talk to your dad in private, I call to her. She stands up and smiles at us. Read the underlined line.
Okay, but remember, it's not nice to keep secrets.
Alright, there you are. With that, she runs off to her room. David turns toward me expectantly.
So what is it that's so important? Is it about how you've been acting these past few days?
I decide that it's best to get this over with as quickly as possible. Do you remember when we went to Seb's? Well, I know the owner. We dated a few years back. I went to talk to him after you left, and we kissed. David opens his mouth to respond, but can't close it. I can't tell if he's confused, sad, or angry. I continue before he can say anything. I'm so sorry for hiding this from you. I really wanted to tell you, but I was afraid of hurting you.
You're sorry? Man, this is a lot bigger than a sorry.
He stops to think. Finally, he seems to have come to a conclusion.
But you made a mistake.
I continue to sit silently. I don't know how to explain this to him.
Right, Mia? Tell me it was a mistake.
A tear rolls down my cheek as I stare down at the floor.
Mia, was it? Say something.
No.
No? What do you mean, no?
No, it wasn't a mistake. Hurting you was a mistake, but the kiss wasn't. I'm sorry, but I love Sebastian, and I can't hide it any longer.
You love him? How would you know that? It's been years.
David is fuming. I've never seen him this angry. He stands up and paces around the room until a stomping comes from the stairs.
Mom? Dad? Are you okay?
Oh no, it's Amy. How much is she here? David turns to answer her.
Yes, honey. We just got a little excited. Go back to your room, all right? I'll come to you soon.
I don't hear an
Yes,
answer,
Daddy.
but she must have gone back because Okay, I do hear an answer, but she must have gone back because David walks back toward me. He seems calmer now, like talking to Amy distracted him for a moment. He sits back down.
Do you love me, Mia? Did you ever love me?
It's complicated. I loved you because you felt secure. You were a safe choice. But Sebastian, he's so much more. He's exciting. He really knows me. I can tell I'm meant to be with him. I'm sorry for doing this to you. I guess I just married you because I couldn't handle the thought of never seeing Sebastian again. But
That's enough. I don't need to hear anything else. You lied to me, and you've lied to our daughter. Get out.
But
Get out.
I stand up and run to my room. I grab my suitcase and begin filling it with as many of my belongings as I can fit. I'm crying, but I don't really know why. Is it because of David? Why should I be sad about that when I know that I have a future with Sebastian ahead of me? I know I'm doing the right thing, but David's words still hurt me. With everything packed, I leave the house. I don't see David on the way out. He must be upstairs with Amy. I don't say goodbye. I don't even leave a note. It would only make things worse. I need somewhere to stay now. I would ask my family, but they might freak out when they find out about me and David, and I'm not ready to deal with that. First, I need to prove that I made the correct choice. I get in my car and drive to an apartment building near Seb's. That way, I can be near Sebastian and far from David at the same time. After a long discussion with the landlord, I managed to rent a cheap apartment on the bottom floor. I'm supposed to wait a few weeks to get approved, but luckily I have enough money to solve that problem. I head to my room and start to unpack. I can't decide what to focus on. Is this the end of an old chapter or the start of a new one? I sit down on the floor of my new bedroom and think about what to do next. Part 3. After a few hours, I decide I'm ready. I get my phone out and call Sebastian. The phone rings, and rings again, and keeps ringing. Did he change his number? Right as I'm about to lose hope, he answers.
Who is this?
Sebastian, it's Mia.
Oh hey, you finally called. I was starting to get worried.
Sorry about that. Are you busy right now?
Nope. I just got done with
Oh.
a meeting. Got down.
Got done.
I just got done with a meeting with the band, so I don't have anything going on until our performance tonight.
Can I come over? He pauses for a second.
Sure, I'll send you the address.
Alright, see you soon. I hang up. Why did he pause, and why is my phone so old? Is he scared? I received the text with his address. He still said yes, didn't he? I'm sure I have nothing to worry about, but I'm still pretty shaken up after talking to David this morning. When I arrive at Sebastian's house, I'm surprised by how simple it is. Surely he makes enough money from the club to afford something bigger than this. I walk up the front steps and ring the doorbell. Ding dong!
Just a second.
I take in the scene inside as he opens the door. He's standing in front of me with an apron and an oven mitt on his right hand. Behind him, the kitchen is a mess of different ingredients and utensils. To the left of the kitchen, the dining room table is set with candles and a massive bouquet of flowers.
I'm making us some lunch. It should only be a few more minutes. I hope you don't mind.
I rush forward and wrap my arms around him. His embrace washes away all my worries from the morning. He loves me, and he's made this lunch to prove it to me. I never have to think about David again. I've made the right choice. Until now, I'm not sure that I fully believed it. He finally breaks away as the oven beeps. Beep! 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 Beep!
Sorry, I have to go get that.
Beep!
I don't want our food to burn.
Beep! Beep! He says with a smile. I follow him inside. The outside of the house may have been simple, but I can tell how much care he's put into the interior. There isn't a single wall left bare. I should have guessed from his office, but he has a great eye. This place is beautiful, Seb.
Thanks. I know it's kind of nerdy, but I've got really into interior design after opening up the club.
Not as nerdy as liking jazz. He glares at me, and then breaks out into a smile. A timer on his counter goes off. Beep, 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 beep.
Food's ready, have a seat!
I sit down at one end of the table and watch as he carries the food over. It smells incredible. He sits down across from me and we start eating. Wow, the food is good. I forgot that some men actually know how to cook. It's so nice to be taken care of like this. I wonder if he enjoys cooking for me as much as I enjoy eating his food. I glance up at him, trying to think of something to say. Can I ask you something? There's one question that keeps nagging at me.
Of course.
Why do you live here? I mean, no offense, but surely you could afford a much nicer house. What made you choose this one specifically? He stops to think. He doesn't seem offended, which makes me feel very relieved.
I guess it just felt right. It would have felt lonely to live in a bigger house by myself. This is where I'll live until I find somebody else to live with.
He blushes and looks away as he says this. It's a cute look on him. I think about what he said. How has he gone 5 years without finding anybody else? Is it possible he was waiting for me? Surely not. I can't get my hopes up too high, but maybe. As I finish eating, Sebastian stands and picks up my empty plate and silverware. He walks into the kitchen and puts them in the dishwasher. What do I do now?
Do you want to watch a movie? I still have a few hours until I need to head to the club.
Sure, is there a theater nearby?
Oh, I was thinking we could stay here and watch it on my TV.
You have a TV? Wow, you really have changed. We laugh as we move onto his couch. I let him choose the movie as I curl up against him. He plays Thelonious Monk, straight, no chaser. Alright, maybe you haven't changed that much. After we finish the documentary, he tells me it's my turn to choose. He doesn't have any streaming services, of course, but he has a shockingly large collection of DVDs. I don't suppose you have the DVD for Eleanor, I say with a laugh, as I search through his box of DVDs. He jumps off the couch and walks over to the TV. There's a small stack of DVDs to the right, and he pulls one from the middle.
Here you go.
He says as he puts the DVD in. An excited shiver runs through my body as I think about him watching my movie. I can't wait to tell him all the stories I have about it. I cuddle up against him on the couch again as the movie starts. So what do you think? I ask him after the movie finishes.
It's good. I like it.
What's wrong? Why'd you hesitate?
Nothing. I'm just remembering the first time I saw it.
I look at him eagerly, my eyes begging him to tell me more. He seems reluctant, but he can't resist my silent pleading.
It's just not the same. Seeing you on that screen, I mean. Watching it only reminded me of how distant you were.
He gets choked up and stops for a moment.
But you're here now, and that's all I want.
He leans over to kiss me. That's all I want too. I kiss him back. It feels just as good as it did yesterday. Better even, because I'm free of guilt now. I know I'll never lose him again. Our lips fit together like two pieces of a puzzle. It doesn't just feel good, it feels right. Like we were made to be together. Part 4. Get out of here. The next morning, I wake up feeling the best I've felt in years. Despite sleeping on the hard floor in my empty apartment, I'm more fulfilled than I've ever been. If I can stay even half as happy for the rest of my life, I'll have everything I need. Unfortunately, I have a shoot today, so I don't know if I'll get to see Sebastian. I've never been less excited to be in a movie than I am now, but I get up anyway. I open my sparsely filled fridge and look for something I can have for breakfast. I find a microwavable breakfast sandwich and grab it. But then I remember that I don't have a microwave. I slam the fridge door in annoyance and decide not to have any breakfast today. I head over to my suitcase to pick out an outfit. It doesn't really matter what I choose because I'll be spending most of the day in whatever the costume designer tells me to wear. I still have a while until shooting starts, but I decide to leave now because I have nothing else to do. As I'm walking to the door, I hear a knock. I'm not expecting anyone, but it's probably my landlord. I open the door and stop.
Surprise! I thought you might not have any food in your apartment since you spent most of the day with me, so I decided to bring you something.
It's Sebastian. He stopped by a nearby cafe and got sandwiches and coffee for the two of us. I'd completely forgotten I told him where I live. I can't believe someone could be so thoughtful. I didn't want to admit it, but I'm starving.
Can I come in?
Yes, of course. I step aside and he walks inside. How long have we been standing there? Sorry, I don't have furniture yet.
That's alright.
He replies with a grin. He sits down and pats the floor beside him. I sit next to him and start drinking my coffee. We sit there silently for a while, just staring at each other. I'm not really used to talking to him yet, but I can still enjoy his presence. If he doesn't mind, I'd be happy to sit here the whole time without saying a single word. Eventually, though, I have to stand up. I have to go to work. I've got to shoot, and I need to make sure I have time for my wardrobe and makeup, but thank you so much for the breakfast.
Where's your shoot at?
It's at an old church a few blocks from here. You should come see it sometime. It's pretty cool.
I may have to take you up on that offer, but I should probably get going as well. We're expecting a larger crowd than usual at Seb's tonight, and I have a lot to do to prepare.
He stands by my side. I reach forward to open the door, but I hesitate for a moment as he moves. There's a pressure on my hand, and I look down. He's interlocked his fingers with mine. I can't tell if my heart has stopped beating or if it's beating so fast that I can't feel it. It seems like such a small thing to get excited about, but the slight squeeze he gives me when I look back up at him means so much. He's here, and he's not planning to let go of me.
Is everything alright?
Everything is perfect. We walk hand in hand out of the apartment until we reach my car. He gives me a parting kiss, and then I drive to work. The church is beautiful, but I don't really notice. I'm too busy thinking about Sebastian, as if he'll disappear if I stop thinking about him for even a second. I didn't think I'd ever get so obsessed over a man. I wonder how David is doing now. Will he be able to move on soon?
Yes.
Maybe I should check up on him. But no, I think that would only make things harder. Plus, it would be pretty awkward for me. Sebastian still doesn't know about David, and I think it'll be better for all of us if it stays that way. All right, come on, Taylor.
Mia, you there?
It's the director. Yeah, sorry, I got distracted.
This is our last scene for the day. Please try to stay focused until we're done.
Of course, sorry. The scene is meant to be a very emotional moment where my love interest proposes to me, but I just can't get into it. I'm still too distracted.
Let's try that again.
The director says, seeming slightly agitated. We start the scene again. I glance around the room, still distracted. I look back over at my co-star and try to get into character, but then I notice somebody standing in the distance behind him. It's Sebastian! What's he doing here? I can't contain my excitement. I hope this doesn't ruin the scene, though I'm not entirely sure if we're even still filming. Everything blurs around Sebastian as he fills my vision.
Cut.
That snaps me out of my trance. Is the director going to be upset with me?
Mia, I don't know what happened there,
Oh no, this is it. Here it comes.
but that was amazing. I'm happy to see that you're getting invested in the story. It's good to have you back with us.
The director pats me on the back and walks away. As soon as she passes me, I run over to Sebastian. Except he's not there. Did I imagine him? Disappointment starts to set in, but then I look down. On the floor where I saw Sebastian standing earlier is an envelope addressed to me. I pick it up and read it.
My dearest Mia, it is my pleasure to personally invite you to the 1-year anniversary celebration of Seb's tonight. It's going to be packed, but I've saved you a seat at the front of the crowd. I hope to see you there. Love, Sebastian.
Part 5, I think. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The parking lots near Seb's are completely full, so I park a few blocks away and walk over. I stand in the back of a long line of people waiting to get in. Finally, I reach the front of the line.
Your ticket, please.
I don't have a ticket, so I show him my letter.
Ah, I see. Come on.
He steps aside and I walk in. I shouldn't be surprised after how long the line was, but I'm still shocked by just how many people are there. I didn't realize Seb's was this popular. How am I supposed to get all the way to the front? Excuse me. Sorry. Pardon me. Sorry, my seat's up there. And a lot more. After the most apologies I've ever made, I make it to the front row of seats, right by the stage. I notice that all the seats are filled but one. I move over to that seat and see a sign that says, "Reserved by Seb." I assume that must be for me. I sit down in the chair and realize where he seated me. From my seat, Sebastian's piano is directly in front of me. He'll be right there for the entire show. Sebastian smiles at me as he walks out. He sits down at the piano and starts playing Autumn Leaves. As he's playing, the rest of the band walks out and slowly joins in. It's a beautiful cover, and the crowd happily applauds when it's done. The songs continue like that for the rest of the show. It's clear that they spent a lot of time preparing for this. Eventually, they reach the last song.
We only have one song left tonight.
He has to pause for a moment because the audience starts booing so loudly.
I know, but I've saved the best song for last.
I start to get excited, wondering what song could possibly be better than everything else they've played.
This final song is an original composition called City of Stars.
Yay!
City of Stars? But that's...
And for this song, we have a special guest who's going to be singing with me. Mia, would you like to come join me on stage?
Sebastian turns to look at me and the whole crowd follows. They're all wondering the same thing that I am. Will I join him? I haven't sung for an audience in a long time, but I can't lose this opportunity. The crowd cheers as I stand up and walk onto the stage.
Yay.
Sebastian hands a microphone to me with a grin.
Sorry about surprising you like this, but I was worried you'd get scared and not show if you knew this was my plan.
Me? Scared to sing? You clearly haven't spent enough time with me. Start the song.
City of stars, are you shining just for me?
He starts playing the song on the piano. For a moment I worry that I may not remember the words, but as the memories come rushing back to me, I realize that I never forgot them. The rest of the band joins Sebastian as he starts singing. Together they've made the song even more beautiful. I get lost in thought as my emotions swell with the music. The song ends and I take a bow. The audience jumps out of their seats as they applaud and cheer. I was so drawn into the song that I forgot they were there for a moment. It was just me and Sebastian. Sebastian stands up and motions for the audience to quiet. It takes a moment, but they eventually calm down.
Thank you for being such a great audience tonight. It's been an honor playing for you all this past year, and I can't wait to see you again a year from now. However, there is one final thing I need to do before the show is over.
He turns to me.
Mia, I'm so glad to have you back in my life. I hope our song reminded you of the good times we've had in the past. I want to give this another chance. Will you be my girlfriend?
I don't have to think about it. Of course! I will. The audience cheers one last time as we embrace. I hold on to him, knowing that now I never have to let go. Part 6, I'm pretty sure. It's my 1-month anniversary with Sebastian, and he says he has something special planned. Every day has already felt so special, but I'm excited. It's so hard to wait for him to get back from his meeting at Seb's. Who would have thought there'd be so much business involved in playing jazz? After waiting for hours, he finally shows up at my apartment. I let him in, and we sit on the couch I bought a few weeks ago. Do I finally get to know what you have planned?
Not yet. It has to be a surprise for a little bit longer.
I let out an involuntary sigh. I'm sure whatever he has planned is worth the wait, but I can't help feeling a little impatient.
Here, put this on.
Sebastian says as he holds up a blindfold. A blindfold? What do I need that for?
It's part of the surprise. Do you trust me?
I put the blindfold on. He tells me to stand up and guides me out of the apartment. We keep walking until we reach his car. He helps me in and then starts driving. It feels like forever. Are we almost there?
Almost.
Eventually the car stops. Can I take my blindfold off?
Just a moment. I need you to get in the right spot.
He helps me out of the car and we start walking. I can tell I'm on grass, but I don't know anything else. Right as I'm about to lift the blindfold and take a peek, he stops moving.
All right. You can take off your blindfold now.
I immediately reach up and rip off my blindfold. The first thing I see is Sebastian standing in front of me with a big grin on his face. As my eyes adjust to the light, I can make out a large building behind him. And then I realize what it is. It's the planetarium where we had our first kiss. And there's a big picnic prepared on the grass in front of us.
Do you like it? They wouldn't let me bring food into the planetarium, so I figured we could eat out here instead.
I love it! Thank you, Sebastian. We sit down and start eating. He made my favorite foods. The only thing that's missing is some music. As if he can read my mind, Sebastian pulls out a Bluetooth speaker and starts playing jazz. Sebastian, you really got a Bluetooth speaker just for me?
Worse, I got Spotify for you. This will never match the experience of listening to music in its intended form. But you're worth the sacrifice.
Thank you for your service. We go back to eating. After we finish the food, we sit silently and stare at each other.
This place brings back a lot of memories.
Yeah, I was so happy the first time we came here, knowing I didn't have to deal with Greg anymore, and that I'd get to spend time with you.
And how do you feel now, compared to last time?
I stop and think for a moment. Better, because this isn't something new, but that doesn't make it less exciting. If anything, it makes it feel more real. Last time I was here, I was happy, but I was scared too. I didn't know if you felt the same way I did, or if we'd last, but now things are different.
You know, I feel the same way. You were the first girl I'd ever really cared about. You may not have noticed, but I was a bit too busy with jazz to pay attention to girls. So, it was a very new experience for me. I wasn't sure if I deserved it. I didn't think I'd earned it. But you're right, things are better now. And I'm here to stay.
He reaches over to me. I take his hand. Then I pull him closer and kiss him. Mwah! A kiss that feels fresh despite our history. This is a new day and a new chance. A reminder of how grateful I am that I get to fall in love with him every day. Suddenly, the sky gets darker. What was that? Is it gonna rain?
No, I don't think so.
Wait! Look behind you, Sebastian! He turns around and we both realize what caused the change. The lights had all turned off in the planetarium. The employees all walked out of the building and got in their cars.
They must have just closed for the day.
We both look at each other with the same idea. We jump up and run to the entrance of the planetarium. He sneaks inside and I follow behind him. We walk through the halls until we reach the big room with the pendulum. Sebastian turns to face me and holds his hand out.
May I have this dance?
I move forward and we begin to waltz around the room. It's just like it was all those years ago. We move in sync, as if we've melted together into one being. There's no music playing, but our minds make a song of our own. We keep dancing until our legs give out and we lay on the floor, holding each other in our arms. I feel as though I'm floating through the air, and I just keep going higher. Part 6. We're getting there, I promise. It's our 2-month anniversary now. To celebrate, Sebastian has taken me to Lipton's, the restaurant where we first met. The place has changed a lot in 5 years, but you can still tell it's the same place.
I hope the food is still as good as I remember.
You know, I've actually never eaten here. I only came here once, and somebody convinced me to never go back.
Yeah, I wasn't doing that great back then. It's pretty shocking to think of how much has changed since then. If only I'd known that in 5 years, I'd finally have my own jazz club. And be dating such an amazing woman. Maybe I would have been nicer to you. But honestly, it might not have changed anything.
He smiles as he says this, but I can tell the recollection hurts him. It doesn't matter how you acted back then. If you hadn't been rude to me, maybe I wouldn't have bothered you at that party. Then none of this would have happened. So really, you did me a favor.
Yeah, I guess so.
He isn't quite convinced. Our waiter comes over and we order our food. The music stops playing over the speakers for a moment, and the room suddenly becomes very quiet. Why do you think things didn't work between us last time? It's a question that I've been wondering for a long time, but I was too scared to ask until now.
I don't know, Mia.
But surely you can think of something.
Honestly, I think it was my fault. I was a total mess back then, and I think it rubbed off on you. You spent too much time around me, and it made your life worse. I just hope that doesn't happen again.
Hey, that's not going to happen! You're not going to scare me off, and don't be worried about messing up again. If you messed things up last time, then surely that would mean that it's my turn now, right? I only said that to make him feel better, but it does make me a little worried. Sebastian stands up.
Thanks for confirming that I'm doing the right thing,
He says as he walks over to the piano in the center of the room. I watch in bewilderment as he starts playing. It takes me a moment to remember, but I recognize the song that he's playing. It's a song that I heard him playing the first time I came here. It's a beautiful song, but I don't understand why he's playing it, or what he meant about doing the right thing. I walk over and stand by him as he finishes the song. He stands up and speaks to me.
Mia, it's been over 5 years since you first heard me play that song. A lot has changed since then. But from that moment on, you've never left my mind. Things may not have worked out before, but I think we've finally found the right time. I know it's pretty soon, but I've waited 5 years, and I don't want to wait a second longer. Mia Dolan, love of my life, will you marry me?
I'm in complete shock, but I still manage to nod. It's as if the world has started moving in slow motion. We're getting married? I can't believe this is happening. Going from one marriage to another in such a short time feels strange, but I've been waiting for this for years. Sebastian slides the ring onto my finger. It's stunning. I wonder how many shows it took for him to be able to afford it. We embrace as I start to cry. The tears are part joy and part grief. Joy about our future, but grief for the painful years I had to wait. It's all over now. I've made it to my happy ending. Part 7. It's been 6 months since we started dating. I'm pretty excited about this anniversary. Half a year seems like such a long time, but it went by so fast. Sebastian said we'd be married by now, but we both got pretty busy. I've had a lot of film shoots recently, and Sebastian's lost a lot of his band members, so he's been pretty stressed trying to find new ones. He's very picky about which musicians he chooses. I don't get it, but I'm not a jazz musician, so what do I know? I've been spending most nights at Sebastian's house recently, and that's where I am right now. I'm sitting around doing nothing while I wait for him to come home. He hasn't said anything about plans for today, but I'm hoping he's thought of something exciting. The door opens and Sebastian walks in. He kisses me on the cheek as he passes me and goes into his bedroom. Sebastian? He doesn't answer. Sebastian! He pokes his head out of the room.
What?
Do you have any plans for today?
What do you mean?
You know, for our anniversary.
That's today.
My heart drops, but I try not to seem upset. To be honest, I'm not that surprised that he forgot. Sometimes it seems like he's more focused on his club than on me. Yeah, 6 months. Sebastian pauses.
Dang. I'm sorry, Mia, but I'm pretty busy today. I don't think I have time for any plans with everything I have to do for Sebs. I guess you could come with me to our show if you want to.
Yeah, alright. I don't really feel like going, but it's better than nothing. It's only noon, but we leave to head to Seb's. He's had to move Seb's hours earlier because most of his new band members aren't available at night. People are already starting to arrive when we get there. Sebastian goes in a side entrance to go backstage, and I walk by myself to the entrance. He hasn't saved me a seat this time, but he wasn't expecting me to come, so I can't blame him for that. I find a seat near the middle. There are quite a few people, but the attendance has been a lot lower since the original band left. The show is the same as usual. No special song for our anniversary. He doesn't invite me on stage, but this is business. He wasn't expecting me to be here. I go to talk to Sebastian after the show. You sounded great.
Thanks. You should probably get going now. I have a lot of meetings with potential investors and musicians.
I was hoping he'd make time for me, but I know he's busy right now. Can I at least bring you dinner later? I ask as a last resort.
Sure.
Not quite the reaction I was hoping for, but it'll be alright. I know he loves me. I head back to my apartment. The hours lag by. I should have gotten a TV or something, but I've spent so much time at Sebastian's house that I didn't think it was necessary. Eventually I leave my house and drive to Lipton's. We've eaten there a lot, so I know exactly what he'll want. They already have my order ready when I arrive, so I quickly grab our food and then drive over to Seb's. I walk through the side door and look around for Sebastian. I notice that the door to his office is propped open, so I check inside and find him working at his desk. He looks up and gives me a tired smile as I hold up the bag of food. He clears a space on his desk and we start eating. Happy anniversary.
Yeah, you too.
Okay. We keep eating in silence for a bit until I work up the courage to tell him about something I learned yesterday. Hey Sebastian, I need to talk to you about something. This is important. He looks up at me.
I'm listening.
I just found out that I'm gonna have to go to Paris for a few months for my movie.
That's cool. Bring me back a croissant or something.
Well, that's the thing. I was thinking that maybe you could come with me. Sebastian drops his fork.
What? Mia, you know I can't do that.
You don't need to get upset. It was just an idea. We go back to eating. But I think you should keep it in mind. I mean, I'd easily make enough money for the two of us while we're there, and it would be a nice place for us to get married.
But what about my club? What about the band?
Surely you could put somebody else in charge of the band while you're gone. There are plenty of good musicians around here. It can't be that hard.
Can't be that hard. Why don't you try and find a real jazz musician around here then? You have no idea what it's like. People can't just act like they're a musician. They need actual talent.
Are you saying I don't have talent? After the years I spent trying to get a single role?
Listen, all I'm saying is that I need to stay with my club. And why would I go with you anyway? You didn't go with me when I asked you to join me with the messengers. And you didn't have anything nearly as important going on at that time.
That was 5 years ago, and that show I was writing is what got me my first role. Remember? We wouldn't even be here if I had gone with you back then.
Exactly! The only reason we're here right now is because we've chosen to stay here. If you don't understand that, then maybe you shouldn't come back from Paris!
I stand up and storm out of the room. He doesn't try to follow me, but I don't care. How can he say that after the way he's been acting recently? I don't care how busy he is. He can still make time for his fiancée. I'm the one that should be mad at him. I was trying to help by inviting him to Paris, but clearly that's not going to happen. I get back to my apartment and slam the door behind me. I collapse on my bed and go to sleep early. I'll decide what to do in the morning. Final part. There's a knock on my door the next morning. I don't answer. Sebastian uses the key I gave him to unlock the door. He walks in and finds me finishing packing my suitcase.
What's going on? What are you doing? Mia.
I'm doing what you said. I'm leaving and not coming back. I try to push past him, but he blocks my way.
Wait! Please give me another chance. I've just been so stressed lately. I didn't mean what I said.
No, Sebastian, this never should have happened. It didn't work 5 years ago, and it's not going to work now. This was a mistake. I move around him and walk through the doorway.
Mia, please! Think about this. I'll always love you.
It's too late for that. I'm going back to David.
Who's David?
My real husband.
What? You have a husband?
Sebastian drops to the floor, overwhelmed by everything that's happened.
Maybe you're right. This was a mistake.
He mumbles. I leave before he can say anything else. I drive as fast as I can to David's house. I hope he hasn't moved. I knock on the door. It takes a moment, but finally the door cracks
Hi,
open.
Mia. How are you?
No, you don't know who I am yet. You gotta read right there.
Oh, down here. Why are you here?
No, wait, this one.
Oh, who is it?
Yeah, and keep in mind, you're really angry. Alright. It's such a relief to hear David's voice that I forget how to respond for a second. Confused, David opens the door further. His eyes widen when he sees me, and he slams the door. I knock frantically. Please, David, just hear me out, please. I start crying. David opens the door.
Why are you here?
The anger in his voice hurts me, but I deserve it. I'll take whatever he says to me as long as I don't lose him too. I'm so sorry, David. I've made such a big mistake. I got overwhelmed by my feelings and my memories, and I forgot how much I love you. I broke up with Sebastian. I should never have gotten back together with him. Just tell me how to make it up to you. Please take me back. I'll do anything. He seems unmoved. He shifts uncomfortably as he listens to what I have to say. Finally, he responds.
Mia, it's too late. You've shown me that I can't trust you. I've seen who you really are. I can't bring you back. I can't love you again. I just can't do that to myself. And I can't do that to my daughter.
But she's our daughter. I can't lose them. I can't. This is too much. I don't know how to convince him. There has to be a way. He's fuming now.
Really? You think she's our daughter? You didn't mention her once in your apology. You left her for 6 months and only came back when you got bored of Sebastian. How can you possibly call yourself her mother?
Something moves behind him. I don't know what it is, but I have a guess. Amy, I call out. Maybe she can convince David that she needs me. This is my last chance.
Mom? Is that you?
Hold on, you're still in this scene. I hear as Amy runs up beside David. Amy, it's so good to see you. I've missed you so much.
Mom, you're back.
Amy yells. She stretches her arms out for a hug and tries to run toward me, but David puts his arm out and blocks her from reaching me.
Where are you?
Right here.
Oh,
I'm right
no,
here.
honey, David. Oh, no, honey. She's not your mother anymore.
He slams the front door. The end.
That's sad.